What is this politics? Welcome to PSIR Online. Today in this video, we are going to see the overall idea of UPSC Civil Service Examination. You know, UPSC Civil Service Examination is one of the most toughest examination of the whole world, as they say. Like, what actually they test us? What UPSC is expecting from its aspirants? So before seeing what they are going to test us, let's see the pattern of the UPSC examination. Okay, right. As you know, the UPSC examination, civil service examination of UPSC consists of prelim stage, main stage, and the main stage you will be having one is written stage and another one is an interview stage. What they call it as personality test, right? Correct. So this is the general pattern. In prelims stage, there will be two papers. One is general studies paper 1, the another one is general studies paper 2, which is nothing but what they call as CSAT. Correct. General studies paper 1 will be for, so prelims will be having two papers. One is GS1, another one is GS2. This is for 200 marks and this is also for 200 marks. In GS1, there will be 100 questions and you will be tested history, geography, economy, polity and all the Indian history, Indian geography, economy, polity and all the other stuffs, right? And general studies 2, it will be aptitude, your English comprehension skills, your little bit of quantitative aptitude and qualitative logical reasoning, all the other stuffs, right? And this general studies paper 2 is basically a qualifying paper only. So you have to secure only 33% of marks. It's a qualifying paper only, and your total cutoff will be based on what you score in your GS paper 1. That is for 200 marks, how much you get, that is your actual cutoff, right? And based on that, the selected candidates will go to the next stage, what we call as mains examination. And mains examination will be consisting of two stages, as I already told you. One is the written stage and this is the personality test, right? In the written stage, you will be having a qualifying paper. There is two qualifying papers. One is paper A and paper B, and one qualifying paper is English and another one is your chosen language, right? For those people who don't have any written language, then they can opt out of it, right? And we have certain categories who can opt out of it, right? Otherwise, we have to write one language paper: Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi, anything you can choose. This is only a qualifying paper. So, qualifying paper, there will be two qualifying papers. That is paper A, paper B, paper A and paper B. There will be two qualifying papers and each qualifying paper will be for 300 marks. Okay. Each qualifying paper will be for 300 marks. Okay. And you have to secure 25% to get qualified. That's it. Other than that, you will be having essay paper and 4 GS papers. Right. So in written, other than that, you will be having a essay paper that is for 250 marks, 4 general studies paper, 4 general studies paper, each for 250. So 250 into 4, and you have to choose one optional subject, and that optional subject will be having 2 papers. So one optional subject. Okay. So into 2 papers. So how many papers here? Essay 1, GS4, 1 plus 4, 5, optional 2 papers, 1 subject, 2 papers. So total you have 7 papers here, right? Right. So 7 into 250 is nothing but 1750. Okay, 1750. This is your written. So out of this 1750, as I already told you, paper A and paper B is only qualifying nature, and you have to secure 25% marks with the total 300 marks. For paper A 25%, paper B 25%, you have to secure. Only then this paper will be evaluated. Okay, so 7 papers you have to write, 1 essay, 4 GS and 1 optional 2 papers, 7 papers, each 250 you have to write, total 1750 marks, correct? and out of the 1750 marks, your cutoff will be made, and only few people will be selected to the next round of your mains examination, which will be personality test. Okay, so technically guys, even millions of people write, lakhs and lakhs of people write, millions of people write. If there is 1,000 seats that is available for this year, there are only 1,000 civil service vacancies there, then almost somewhere around 12 to 13,000 people will be asked to write mains. Okay, you will know the ratio now. Calculate the ratio. Almost 98 to 99% of the people who write prelims will be disqualified. Okay, so 98 or 99% will be disqualified. Only 1 or 2% of the people who actually write the prelims will go to the next stage, what we call as the main stage. Okay, so the 1,000 seats that is available, only some 12,000 people will be allowed to write the mains examination itself. Then from the mains examination, I already told you, will be writing 9 papers. The 2 will be qualifying paper and 7 will be marks. So out of this, there is merit, and out of that, total will be done, and approximately into 2 or 2.5 times, 2,000 to 2,500 people will be called to the personality test. Okay, not all the people who write the mains examination, okay, mains written examination will be called for the personality test. No. Again, there will be filtration, right? So only some 2 to 2.5 times of the people who actually write the mains examination will be called for the 2 to 2.5% of the 2 to 2.5 times of the number of seats that is available will be called for the personality test. You got it? So if 1,000 seats are there, approximately 2,000 to 2,500 people will be called for personality test. Okay, and after that, your total personality test will be for 275 marks. 275 marks, and for those 2,000 to 2,500 people, this will be total, this 1,750 plus 275, and the total cutoff will be drawn. And based on the total cutoff, based on your cadre preferences and your service preferences, you will be given IAS, IPS, IFS, and all the other stuff. Correct? This is the general pattern of UPSC Civil Service Examination. Okay, I hope now it will be clear, guys. I will repeat it. There will be a prelim stage, there will be a main stage. In that main stage, there will be a written and a personality test. Prelim stage, you have GS paper 1 and GS paper 2. GS paper 1 will be from all areas: Indian history, Indian geography, Indian polity, Indian science, science and technology, and all the other stuff will come. Only 200 marks, 100 questions, and it's a scoring subject. Okay, negative marking is there. Negative marking is there in GS paper 1, and GS paper 2, 200 marks, only 80 questions. Your qualitative aptitude, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning skills all will be tested, and it is of only qualifying nature. 33% of marks is required for you to get qualified. Okay, so after the person who clears prelims goes to the mains, as I already told you, if there are even millions of people write, lakhs and lakhs of people write, there are only 1,000 seats that is available, then approximately 12 to 13 times of the seats people will be called to write the mains examination. So 1,000 seats, 12 to 13 times, that's about 12,000 or 13,000. That's it. Okay, so even if 10 lakh people write, even if 20 lakh people write, only 12,000 people will be called to write the mains examination. Okay, so almost 98 to 99% of the people who write the prelims examination will be disqualified. Then among this mains examination, as I already told you, there's a qualifying paper, and out of the qualifying paper you have to get 25 marks to qualify, and you have 7 scoring papers, and 4 GS papers, 1 essay paper, and you have 1 option subject, 2 papers, so 7 scoring papers, and of that you have to write 1,750 marks. Then if there are only 1,000 seats, 2 to 2.5 times, only 2,000 to 2,500 people will be called to personality test. Got it? So in the personality test, it is for 275 marks, and total will be both this written 1,750 plus 275. So the total will be for 25 marks. You got it? 2,025 marks the total will be put. Okay, total will be put, and your final cutoff will be drawn, guys. This is civil service examination. The toughest part is you have to complete everything in one cycle. Okay, you failed in prelims, you go and write the prelims again. I have cleared prelims, sir, but I failed in I wrote the mains, but I failed in mains written examination. Can I write the mains again? No. You have to go back, start from the first. You have to write from the prelims only. Okay, so I cleared prelims, I cleared mains written also. Okay, and I cleared, but I failed to clear this personality test. Right, failed to clear this personality test. Now what will happen? Even now you have to go to the first and write it from the prelims. Okay, so this is where this civil service examination becomes one of the most toughest examination. It is not like other examination where you clear one stage and you wait in the that particular stage for so many of speculated years, and then you can write it. It's not like that here. Okay, that is the reason why we call this as one of the most toughest examination, guys. I hope by now you would have understood what is this pattern. Now let's go and understand what UPSC expects from us. Okay, do UPSC expect us to read everything? Everything that UPSC expect us to be one of the greatest scholar? Actually, it is not the case. Okay, so you have to bear this in mind. You are writing examination to become a civil servant in Indian government, okay, or state governments of India. So Union Public Service Commission will test your skills, your knowledge on India, and India. Okay, so you should know thoroughly about Indian history. You should know thoroughly about Indian geography. You should know thoroughly about India's science and technology, and you should thoroughly about India's internal security, international relations, India and world, what India do, all the other stuff in India days. Okay, this you have to be very thorough about. Only few areas, I would say, world history in certain, and world history in GS mains and world geography, and only few areas, that is also connectivity. Connectivity, they are testing you. Otherwise, this Union Public Service Commission is actually testing your knowledge in India. Your ethical skills will also be tested in your GS mains. That is definitely there, because you are going to become a civil servant. So how ethical you are, that will be tested. Otherwise, your knowledge and skills on India would be tested. This always keep in mind, guys. Okay, right, sir. So now expect only very few areas. You have told us, sir, that only my knowledge about India would be tested. Okay, is that I have to go join any coaching institute? UPSC expect me to join any coaching institute or something like that to get trained to this? Okay, the answer is even though it's a straightforward question, the answer is both an yes and a no. Right? I'll tell you why. See, UPSC do not actually want you to go to a coaching institute, read lots and lots of books to know about India. It is just expecting you to know, being an Indian, it is expecting you to know all the current affairs, all the history, all the things about India. That is what it is expecting. So, how you can, what is UPSC actually expecting? Say, I'll tell you synonymous, like you have to become a curious George. What is this curious George, sir? See, think in India now, I'm standing here and taking class. This is a whiteboard. You have a LED light. There is a fluorescent light is also there. We use mobile phones regularly. iPhone is coming. New technology is coming. What UPSC is expecting from us? Become a curious George. Okay. If a new telephone comes, a new technology comes, new phone use, you should know what is the technology. You should know how the LED bulb runs. You should know how the CFL lamp runs. Okay. Suddenly we are speaking about AI. You should know what is this AI is. You should be a curious George. You are not in isolation, correct? You are living in a world, so you'll be seeing everything. So, as an aspirant, Okay, as a human being, as a very studious human being, you should know to observe each and everything that is happening around you. Okay, you should know, you are curious to know what is the technology behind the new things that I'm using. Okay, so all these things, if you are very curious, if you go Google and search, read a lot of newspapers, Google it and learn it, okay, you will get a lot of life. This is what UPSC is expecting from each and every aspirant, I would say. It is not expecting you to read thousands of books. Not actually. You should be a very, very aware person of the surroundings. Okay. Aware person of the surroundings. See, suddenly I meet a person of other religion. Okay. So UPSC expects, go and speak with him. Hi, how do you do? So, what is your religion? Please enlighten me about that. So, a bit of religion, the questions about Indian religions will come, Indian philosophies would come. Why? Because UPSC expects us to be a curious George, I told you. Okay. Speak with everyone, know everything about India. Okay. So when you read newspapers, you should be knowing, okay, today our foreign minister has gone outside. So what are the things that he is signing? Okay. So different presidents have come of different countries have come to our country today. So what they are signing, what they are speaking. Okay. You should be a curious guy. Okay. This is what UPSC is expecting. Right, guys. But as you know, as I told you, this is a straightforward yes and no. As you know, these things, see, we are not living in an environment, we are not used to it. Unfortunately, the education system is like that. From the childhood, first standard, second standard, we have been taught to go behind the marks. First rank. So that is how we have been taught. So technically, this awareness of the surroundings is suddenly tested by the UPSC, which you are not used to. Our upbringing is not like that actually. But UPSC is expecting that from you. That is a mismatch. That is the very reason optional subject is there. Many people will be questioning, so why there is an optional subject? The very reason the optional subject is there is because of this. Okay, because there's a mismatch. Our educational system actually trains us to read a lot, be number one, first mark, second mark, third mark, rank 1, rank 2. That is how it trains us actually. But Union Public Services want an aware person, a person who is extremely aware of the surrounding, to be selected as a bureaucrat. There's a mismatch. To compensate that mismatch, options which has been kept. Say anything that you read in your bachelor degree or a master degree or any particular subject, you are very much you like that subject, you know a lot of things, you can use the subject to improve your scoring. Okay, so that is the otherwise, as I already told you, UPSC do not expect you to read lots of books, but as I told you, it's not possible for us in this world, in this particular education system of India, to be so aware from the very childhood. That is where we coaching institutes come and okay, we will tell you, okay, join us, we will teach you everything in 1 or 2 years and make you the person scripted to clear civil service examination. Correct. Okay, so joining coaching institutes is important, okay, but it is not very, very important if from the childhood you are brought up in this way. If from the childhood you read lot of newspapers, you are actually curious George, you read history, geography with purpose, you learn everything with purpose so that you know about India, you really want to know about India. That is how you have been trained. You don't go behind marks, you go behind the knowledge. That is how you have been brought up. Then technically coaching institutes is not required and you can very easily clear the civil service examination. I know, having said that, it is not very easy actually. Okay, right guys, this is the overall idea of civil service examination, guys. Now I hope now you would have got a little bit idea about it, right? Isn't it? So what will be tested? Your knowledge and skills about India would be tested. Okay, it is India, right? So what you should be, how you should be, you have to be a curious George, aware about the surroundings, read newspapers really, discuss with everyone, even a small technology use, small paper use, you should know about that. What is that? You have to be curious George. If you do both of things simultaneously, then probably also read the books, then you can easily clear this civil service examination. Thank you guys.